Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tea with Z. My name is Zamil Solanki, and it's absolutely awesome to be joining each and every one of you again on another episode this morning. And if you are watching, you know the deal. Give me some likes, give me some hearts. You hear Syra in the background there having plenty of fun there at the moment as well. Daddy-daughter day is going to be kicking off soon, so I'll be spending a lovely day with her coming up very, very soon. But yeah, so if you haven't yet, likes, hearts, let's start this energy exchange. But if you want to as well, drop some comments in the comment section below and let me know that you're watching. Give me a hi. And as you know, if I don't acknowledge you during the episode, I'll always jump on and give you a shout out or respond to each and every one of your comments after the video as well. And if you haven't heard about the Limitless Network yet, I'd be really surprised considering I talk about it each and every episode. But this is it here. So, the Limitless Network is a group of like minded people empowering one another along their own healthpreneur journey, not only to better their own health and well-being, but the health and well-being of their community and their loved ones. So all the details are in the description box below, so check it out there. Let's jump into today's episode. And if you haven't checked out yesterday's episode, yesterday we were talking about it was pretend to be a time traveler day. And as a result of that, we were talking about, well, we can't actually travel in time, but how can we plan our future in advance? Now, today, I really wanted to touch on that even more, is planning our future in advance. How do we actually start to plan it? Well, and really start to leverage, I guess, everything that we learned from the debrief process, learned from, reviewing those lessons that we've come to which have led us to the point we're at right now, reviewing those lessons, turning those lessons into, I guess, leverageable opportunities, and then utilizing those opportunities to really help us to hit our goal. And so what I really wanted to do today was touch on, well, I guess, and to build upon what we covered in yesterday's episode, which was around the debrief process. The debrief process was, we have an objective. Whether or not we hit it, we analyze that, and it's either yes, we hit our objective, or no, we didn't. And if whichever way we look at, the positive or the negative, we still look at why. So that's our next step. We ask the 5 whys, which is Toyota's principle. So we ask the 5 whys to really get down to the root cause of why I guess the outcome that happened actually happened that way. And then we formulate a response. We formulate how we're going to address that root cause, or that root opportunity, or that root issue, whatever it might be. And how are we going to then leverage it and build upon that for our future, or for the next time that we encounter this, objective. And whatever that might look like for you, what that does for us is it, allows us to really hone in and explore all of the amazing things that we've done, but the things that we could also improve on, and then translate that into today and tomorrow. Now, planning our future in advance. How do we go about that? Well, firstly, we need to know, well, what is our actual goal for the future? It goes without saying that, if we, I guess, if we don't know where we're headed, if we don't know where we want to head to, well, then it's very hard to plan for. Take, for example, a holiday, right? You go on holiday, and the reason why I'm talking about this right now is that, as you know, next week, Queensland starting to open up their borders. So a lot of people are getting quite excited. One of my best mates is able to finally return home. So I'm very excited for that as well. Special shout out to you, B. I'm super pumped to be seeing you very, very soon. And so when you plan a holiday, do you actually know the destinations that you want to go and visit, and then you plan to how to get there? Or do you just book an open-ended ticket and kind of wing it? And what are the differences in that? Well, the differences in that are, I guess, different levels of experience, but also different levels of, uh, for some people, different levels of anxiety. Some people can travel very freely, no agenda, and just go with the flow, knowing that things might unfold not according to a plan or undesirable effects. And whereas you get other people that overly plan, and still things go wrong. Still things go wrong. And we've touched on, I guess, the need to contingency plan to cater in both of those worlds. But how do we plan then, I guess, for our future? How do we then translate and plan for knowing if we want to achieve something? Well, then we need to know the destination. We need to firstly know the destination. What are we actually aiming to go to? Where are we traveling to? We're not booking an open-ended ticket around the world and just rocking up to random locations. No, we know a clearly defined destination. And that's what we've got to do at the start. We've got to really define and map out where it is that we are wanting to head. And then from that, we start to piece it down. Similar to a flight. If I wanted to try to travel to visit my in-laws who live in Botswana, if I wanted to travel to them and know that that is the final destination, well, there's different routes and steps along the way in which that I've got to take. I've got to break down that journey, work out my travel arrangements, work out each and every flight, and then eventually hit my destination, knowing that that is where I want to end up. And so as a result of that, how do we translate that along our own healthpreneur journey? Well, right now in our household, and a special shout out to Natasha, who's absolutely doing amazing. She's working actively to work down her, I guess, postpartum weight. And so she's got a goal in mind. And what are the little steps? So let's call it her goal is to lose 10 kilos, right? Nice round number. Her goal is to lose 10 kilos. Well, that's not going to happen overnight. That's not going to happen safely in a week. So as a result of that, when we break down these milestones and break down these goals and opportunities, how do we then leverage, I guess, the lessons learned from our past and then translate them into actions for tomorrow? And when you look at along our own healthpreneur journey and I guess dieting and exercise, there's plenty of lessons. There's plenty of lessons that we can take. We know through all of the amazing research, through all of the amazing information that we're communicated with, that there's certain foods that we should be avoiding, that we need to be controlling our calories, that we need to be consciously aware of what we're putting into our body and also the energy that we are expending. We can then track it. We can utilize tools and resources to track it and then benchmark our performance along the way. So something as simple as losing weight, and I don't say simple as in the journey, but simple in the concept of losing weight, because I know that, the journey can be extremely tough for some people and extremely easy for others. But at the end of the day, each person's journey is unique. But we need to start with a goal. We need to start with a goal. Then from that goal or our mission, whatever we want to call it, we then start to break that down into individual tasks. And in Natasha's scenario there, well, the tasks are, well, 1, research a program that is going to best support her. 2, ensure that that program is safe while she's breastfeeding Syra. 3, consult with the GP to ensure that she's doing this safely. 4, go and start to implement this program. 5, meal plan, whatever it might be. We start to break down these tasks and we start to implement these tasks. And so from I guess the notion of even losing weight, we're planning our future in advance. And this is why I really want to give you this sort of concept today, is that you have the power to write your future today. You have the power to start to take that first step to complete that first task, which will have a compounding effect to hit your goal in the future. But you need to take that first step. You need to take that first step. Because as some people describe it as, it's like a domino. You need to be pushing over that first domino to then ensure that that second domino hits, that third domino hits, that fourth, fifth, sixth, up until you reach your goal. Now we can stray, we can, maybe the domino path doesn't always follow a straight line, and we might detour around and curve a little bit and things like that. And that's absolutely fine. But as long as we keep hitting that next domino, we keep hitting that next domino, whatever that domino might look like. And if we don't hit it as hard, well, why? If we don't push it over as quickly, why? And reviewing and reflecting on that. And so as we plan our future in advance, we're starting with our goal, we're breaking it down to tasks, and then thirdly, we need to be holding ourselves accountable. Now, self-accountability is somewhat quite challenging, and this is where the herd and the community around you can best support your goals. And when we look and, we're coming into already, can't believe it, we're almost, well, we're pretty much, already past a week into December, coming into our second week of December. Soon people are going to be starting to write New Year's resolutions and all of that. Well, to me, why wait till New Year's? Why wait till New Year's? What excuses and justifications are you making? Oh, I've got parties to go to. Oh, I'm gonna ruin my diet. Well, what's stopping you from, I guess, being consciously aware and starting to diet, but still enjoying yourself, but within the parameters of, I guess, your own health journey and the goals in which you're trying to achieve? There will never be a right time to start to pursue your goals if you yourself always tell yourself that. So, for me today, your accountability is on you. Your accountability is on you, but how can you then best hold yourself accountable? If you struggle to hold yourself accountable, then use your herd. Use your herd. And I mention it all the time, but the Limitless Network is a safe place to share your goals, put your progress photos up, hold yourself accountable to an amazing group of people that will support you along the way. And if it's not the Limitless Network, well, then find your herd wherever it may be. Shoot me a DM. Tell me about your goals and how I can support you. I'd love to hear about it. So drop me a DM, or simply drop a message in the Limitless Network or wherever you feel safe to do so. But that's it. Accountability is going to be key. So that's it from me today. So as you're starting with a goal, you're breaking it down to tasks, and then thirdly, you need to be holding yourself accountable to be pushing over each and every one of those dominoes. So for my question for you today is, what is your goal? What is the one task you're going to do to start to achieve that goal? And thirdly, how are you going to hold yourself accountable or be held to account? So that's it from me today. Those are the parting questions and the food for thought that I really want you to ask yourself and answer, and drop comments in the comment section below, because that's what this is all about. Share the love. So that's it from me today. Have an absolutely amazing day. And I look forward to catching up with you now. Special mention, because as you know, tomorrow is Friday, and we drop an exclusive episode of Tea with Z on Fridays in the Limitless Network. So the details are in the description box below. Join today, and let's go and continue on this healthpreneur journey together. Have an awesome day, and I look forward to catching up with you very, very soon. Bye for now.